Hello, José Leonardo Leon here. Students usually ask this question: how can I do to get a brand to sponsor me as an artist? And my response usually is, do you have time? Because it's not a simple question that I can answer only in a sentence, because I have to make a little bit of history here. I came to the United States about 26 years ago as a teenager into college. And when I got here, the first thing I saw on tables, at the lobby, at the student center, were brochures. Brochures from other universities, brochures from brands of any instrument. You know, any instruments have their brands that have been their traditional brands worldwide. Well, the equivalent in trombone and brass playing, especially trumpet and trombones, has been Bach. And in all brass instruments, including French horns, is Conn. So this conglomerate got together many years ago and turned into only one big company, Conn Selmer. One of my dreams was to become a sponsor artist and to endorse a brand such as Bach and Conn Selmer. The next step I took was to read the bios of all the artists that were in this brochure, top to bottom, like 25 of them, of many different instruments, trumpet players, trombone players, etc. What I saw was that those bios usually look very, very similar. They all had a background as performers, they all had a background in multi-styles, and they all have backgrounds in education. They all were clinicians, presenters, faculty. They all belong to all these aspects in the life of the musician that we're always pursuing to be part of. When I read all those bios, my conclusion was, if one day I want to be in this list of artists from a specific brand, my bio needs to look like that. Now, next step. Once years pass, it doesn't matter how many are they. Could be 1, could be 10, could be 15, could be 20. During those years, you are developing to make sure that your bio keep matching and keep building to those bios. And then we turn into the 21st century, in which those bios needed certain variants that became along with the digital world. So you needed to have your own fan base. You needed to have your own digital presence. You started developing your own Facebook page. Then you started developing your own YouTube channel, your IG account, your LinkedIn account, any account, okay? You started working in this digital world, making sure that your craft was really well represented and distributed in those digital platforms and not the opposite. The third step, and maybe the most important, do not knock at the door of the brands. If you are the one that knock at their door, the number one reason will be because they don't know who you are. And the conclusion may be that you haven't done a major contribution yet for them to make sure that they know who you are. Now, it is easier to be seen, and therefore, it is easier to be rejected if you are the one that go and knock at the door. So make sure that you are out there, that you are presenting your brand, that your brand actually has content, that what you do is actually a major contribution. It could be in education, it could be in performance, it could be in entrepreneurship, any area. Make sure that you know what being relevant means. Being relevant means there are people benefiting from what you're doing. That's what makes it relevant. Is your contribution actually impacting your community? Is your contribution actually building an audience which is composed by people that are being benefited by what you're doing? Once you do that, believe me, there's going to be a brand interested in listening to what's going on because they're going to see the crowd. And they're going to ask, what is this crowd craving about? Oh, this crowd is around this person. Let's see what is this person bringing to the table that all these people is so interested about. And there, and only then, is when they are going to knock at your door. Before being an artist, I was an artist for a different brand. However, I didn't jump from one brand to another on my own. I waited for the offer. And Conn Selmer showed up, talked to me. We had a couple of meetings. It was a conversation. And then they did what a brand is supposed to do. They welcomed me to the company. They flew me to the headquarters. I was able to taste all the trombones, and we were able to come to a consensus of what we wanted to do and what we wanted to contribute from each other. That is when a relationship is established. So make sure that when you are contacted by a brand, it's because you are going to start developing a good relationship with them that can last months, years, or decades. If you need any more information, make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned to all my videos in the masterclass section in my website, www.joseleonardoleon.com, or you can also direct all your questions and inquiries to my contact information within the website. For now, until we meet again, take care.